Next question comes from Paul. Paul wants to know, this one's for David. You get the bathroom question a lot, but what do you do when you have to sneeze when you're racing at top speed?
Well, that's a good question.
That's a great question,
never
Paul.
thought of that.
I never even thought about that. I don't remember ever having to sneeze, I mean, I don't ever remember sneezing, when I'm inside the car. I really, God, I can't, I mean, it's a great question. And, I would say that you just sneeze, you know what I mean? But I can't, I mean, I've never.
Windshield wipers.
Yeah, absolutely. But I've never had, I don't remember ever.
What if you cough? Are you afraid that you're going to fog up your
Well, that's a great question,
helmet?
Tyler. But, me, my visor on my helmet, I run with it a lot of times with it cracked open, and sometimes I like to see clearly. And sometimes I'll open up my visor all the way. I race that way a lot, which is kind of surprising. But I'm never really sealed off my shield of my helmet when I race ever. And, I even remember going back to the days where I raced when I had an open face helmet and goggles, and NASCAR. And I kind of like to feel the air on my face. And,
I always think of Dale Earnhardt when I think of the open face.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was badass.
That was badass. But sneezing while I race, I can't remember ever sneezing while I'm racing. And that's such a cool question, you know what I mean? Because if you do sneeze while you race, what happens? You know what I mean? Are you startled for a second? I mean, are you sneeze all over your visor, or do you make a mess in your helmet? I don't know. I've never had that happen, Paul, but that's a great question.
Because the last time you were sneezing a lot, you had the flu and you missed a race. you just didn't race.
You can't sneeze too much. Yeah. Well, Tyler, has that happened with you working on air? I mean, you've been in front of a lot of cameras over the years. Have you ever had to sneeze or had a sneezing moment on air?
Yeah, I've had to sneeze on air. And to give you a little inside baseball, actually, from this vantage point, a lot of the times I've been able to control my audio or my platforms in front of me. We can do it right here on this show too. And if I was about to sneeze or cough right now, I just hit this mute button on our screen and then no one would hear it. Or they might see me go off to the side or do something like that. But this past weekend, because I'm sure people were wondering, I don't know if Dominic said anything or not where I was at last week, but I was getting ready to go to Phoenix. I was doing a gig for ESPN last week. Everything went great, had a great time out there. Scottsdale might be the capital city now, the Summer of Jones, by the way.
Oh, boy.
But that's besides the point. With that being said, on the mic boxes, when I'm doing this ESPN broadcast, there's two buttons. There's a cough button and there's a talkback button. If I'm talking in just the headset, then that can go live at any time, whether they tell me to or I know I'm live or not. I can press the talkback button and I'm talking directly just producers or guys in the truck, all that. I hit the cough button and then my mic just shuts off so I can clear my throat or whatever. So all the bells and whistles, the nuances, Dom, people have no idea sometimes that stuff. And those are great questions.
Hey, Dom.
Yo.
Here's our cough button now. You have one?
I don't. Well, I guess the mute button.
The mute button.
Yeah, the mute button could work. Is that?
Yeah, I can shut David off right now if you want me to.
Oh, there we go. Hey, he just did it there. How about that?
I think next time David's in the race car, he's going to be thinking about sneezing now.
There we go. Yes. Hopefully, Paul didn't make you superstitious or make you overthink that when you're racing next, David.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's
funny. That's a great question, Paul.
Yes.